The principles of art, or the principles of design, are essentially a set of criteria which are used to explain how the visual elements are arranged in a work of art. These principles are possibly the closest thing we have to a set of objective criteria for analyzing and judging art. Art is a notoriously gray area when it comes objectively defining what is great and what is not. An artist of one era may be mocked during his lifetime, yet revered after his passing, such as Vincent van Gogh. The principles of art help combat this gray area to some extent. They allow us to communicate what makes a great painting great with an element of objectivity and consistency. The following is an explanation of what the principles of art are and how you can use them to benefit your own artworks. Pattern. Pattern is a very important design concept which refers to the visual arrangement of elements with a repetitive form or intelligible sequence. Pattern is not always obvious. It could be a simple underlying notan design which dances between light and dark in some kind of sequence. Or it could be the use of similar color patterns throughout your painting. Balance. Balance is concerned with the visual distribution or weight of the elements in a work of art. A painting could be balanced if one half is of the same visual weight as the other half. Or, you could have a small area of heightened significance which is balanced against a much larger area of less significance. Emphasis. Emphasis is a way of using elements to stress a certain area in an artwork. Emphasis is really just another way to describe a focal point in your artwork. Contrast. Contrast is everything in art. Without it, an artwork would be nothing but a blank surface. Contrast can come in many forms. Texture contrast, a contrast between smooth and textured. Many of Vincent van Gogh's paintings are great examples of texture contrast in action. Color contrast, a contrast between light and dark, saturated and dull or complementary colors, hue contrast. Detail contrast, a contrast between areas of detail and more bland areas. Shape contrast, a contrast between different shapes, rectangles and circles. Interval contrast, a contrast between long and short intervals. Harmony and unity. Harmony is a bit vague compared to some of the other principles. Generally speaking, it refers to how well all the visual elements work together in a work of art. Elements which are in harmony should have some kind of logical progression or relationship. If there is an element which is not in harmony with the rest of an artwork, it should stick out and be jarring to look at. Kind of like an off note in a song. You will usually be able to tell just from judgment if all the elements are in harmony. It will just look right. However, if the painting looks off, then it can be difficult to tell if that is because there is no harmony between the elements or if there is some other issue. Unity refers to some kind of connection between all the visual elements in a work of art. Like harmony, this is a bit of a vague term which is difficult to objectively use to analyze art. The painting below demonstrates a strong sense of unity through the use of a similar hues used throughout the painting. Even though there is a strong contrast between the light and dark areas, there is a sense of unity created through the use of similar hues. Dark yellows, oranges and greens are used in the foreground and light yellows, oranges and greens are used in the background. Variety. Variety refers to the use of differing qualities or instances of the visual elements. Variety can be used to break up monotonous or repetitive areas. Movement. Your paints cannot physically move, but you can arrange the paints in a way which gives the illusion or suggestion of movement. One of the most effective techniques for creating movement in your painting is to use bold and directional brushwork. By doing this, you can suggestively push your viewer around the painting as you please. You could also suggest movement through repetition or pattern. Proportion. Proportion concerns the relationship between the sizes of different parts in an artwork. For example, the width compared to the length, the area of the sky compared to the land, or the area of foreground compared to the background. Some proportions are considered to be visually pleasing, such as the rule of thirds and the golden ratio. Scale refers to the size of an object compared to the rest of the surroundings. Summary of the principles of art. I hope this post clarifies to you what the principles of art are and how you can use them to help understand and communicate your thoughts about art. It is also important to understand that a great painting does not have to tick all the boxes in terms of the principles of art. In fact, most of the great paintings will only demonstrate a few of the principles. So do not think of the principles of art as a set of overarching rules which you must comply with. They are merely a way to help us understand and communicate our thoughts about art. The principles of art allow us to place some kind of objective reasoning behind why a great painting is great. This is important as it keeps us from falling into a vague space where art is no longer able to be defined or critiqued, much like what has happened with modern art. Thank you for feeling our sharing. You can make a picture for yourself as a souvenir for your friends, relatives. Or now, if you want to make a surprise gift for your dearest ones. You can give this great job to us. Please send us your most favorite photo and we will choose the best artists to convert into a work of art by hand painting. Your loved one will certainly be very happy to have this meaningful gift. Right now click on the link below the description. And enjoy! If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe for more or share to help more people. Thank you so much. I attached link below description. Access now and follow it. Thank you.